Women have many options when it comes to birth control these days.
But News Channel 5 Investigates has found growing concern about a relatively new type called Essure. It's said to be more than 99% effective. But consumer investigator Jennifer Krause found some who say it does not belong on the market.
That's right, Vicki. Essure is touted as being safe and easy, but some women who have tried it are now trying to warn others about it, and they're getting some high-profile help.
My little glamour girls, Ella, Angelina, and Ava.
After Eva Noss delivered her third daughter, she was ready for a permanent form of birth control.
I was like, I'm done. I don't need any more children.
Her doctor suggested Essure, a pair of coils that are inserted into a woman's fallopian tubes. Tissue then grows around the coils and seals the tubes, keeping eggs and sperm apart. But News Channel 5 Investigates has found some women do experience what they describe as extreme and unbearable side effects.
It just felt like somebody was just stabbing you in your lower abdomen area.
Like Noss, who says her pain was chronic and totally disrupted her life.
My cramps from my menstrual cycle literally went from mild to extreme.
And Noss, we found, isn't the only one.
I got involved because so many women were coming to me that had problems with Essure.
Consumer advocate Erin Brockovich recently started a website for women like Noss and says she's been overwhelmed by the response. She says she's already heard from more than 1,000 women who've shared similar stories of continuing and debilitating pain, headaches, and heavy bleeding that they believe is caused by Essure.
There may be something wrong with the product. So instead of trying to always maneuver a number, let's look at these women's story. Is it a bad product? And if it is, let's remove it.
Here's the inner coil. It's very small.
Dr. Amanda Junker, a gynecologist at Vanderbilt, thinks Essure is safe.
It has very few complications. It's an excellent alternative for permanent contraception when you compare it to something like laparoscopic tubal ligation.
But she concedes it doesn't seem to be for everyone. Junker specializes in pelvic pain and began looking at problems with Essure when women started coming to her with unexplained pain.
When I started taking them out and found that their pain resolved, then we realized that yes, Essure can cause pain in a small subset of patients.
Dr. Junker studied more than 450 women who had Essure put in at Vanderbilt and says she found about 4% or so have had continuing problems like pain, which she says is a relatively small percentage. But Erin Brockovich says that's still too high.
4% of 40,000 women is a lot of women, isn't it?
What really frustrates Brockovich is that when the FDA approved Essure, it granted it what's known as preemption status, meaning women who feel they've suffered because of Essure can't sue the company that makes it.
This is a law that will protect the company, and if the product's defective, the people who've been harmed by it basically have no recourse. That's not fair.
Brockovich now hopes to collect 5,000 signatures from women who've had problems with Essure, who want lawmakers in Washington to take another look at the preemption law and the FDA to take another look at Essure.
I think we owe that to these women. I think the company owes that to the women.
Meanwhile, Dr. Junker says laparoscopic surgery she's now doing to remove Essure coils seems to be helping women with ongoing pain.
90% plus have had relief of all or at least most of their pain.
It worked for Eva Noss, who says her pain is gone, but the regret of trying Essure is not.
Knowing now, definitely not. I'd never do it again.
Now, Bayer, the company behind Essure, sent us a statement that says, in part, at Bayer, we care about patients and take the safety of our products very seriously. We are saddened to hear of any serious health condition affecting a patient using one of our products, irrespective of the cause. They went on to say, no form of birth control is without risk or should be considered appropriate for every woman. If you'd like to see the full statement, learn more about Essure or Erin Brockovich's efforts, we've got that all on our website.
So how many women are having these problems, Jennifer?
It's hard to say, Vicki. Erin Brockovich feels that it's a lot more than the 1,000 or so that she's heard from. Bayer tells me some 750,000 women worldwide have used Essure, most of them here in the U.S. Again, a Vanderbilt study figures 4% are having problems, so potentially we're talking about as many as 30,000 women.
Thank you.